Alright, what's going on, man? It's your boy Iceman, and I am fresh out of Spider Man Brand New Day. And I'm here to give you guys a spoiler free review. I will do a spoiler section at the end, and I'll warn you when that comes up. But the majority of this review will be spoiler free, so feel free to watch. Let's go ahead and get right into it, man. This movie is visually stunning, man. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Tobey Spider-Man, like when he was outside under the neon lights of New York, like it just had such a rich, beautiful feeling, and you get that in this movie plus more. Obviously, you see comic uh the comic cover Amazing Fantasy 15 remake here. We'll get into more of that later, but yeah, just a visually like I want to say perfect. Like obviously there's its flaws, but really beautiful movie. I love the way everything was shot. Destin Daniel Cretton, he's getting a lot of flowers for this. He deserves every single one. The next thing I want to talk about is the fight scenes and the swinging. I know I had seen in interviews they said they were taking a lot from the Insomniac Spider-Man, and it is incredibly evident in the best way possible. Specifically with the fighting, the swinging, you see it too. It's the best swinging we've seen from Tom. But the fighting, this is the best Spider-Man fighting we've ever seen. And there's so many moments where like you get the Insomniac Spider-Man, but like there's other moments in the movie where you see glimpses of the other two Spider-Men, Tobey and Andrew, and his fighting. It's really good. The fighting in this movie, the swinging, it's all perfect to me. You know, I don't want to speak for everyone, but it's very perfect. Next thing I want to talk about is the quips. Man, a lot of people are complaining about Tom's quips. I don't know why. I think a lot of people just like to complain about Tom, but he is hilarious in this movie, man. It is much like you see here. In fact, the specific comic panel I'm showing you here, there's something very similar to that in the movie. Again, we'll talk about that later, but just like he really embodied Spider-Man in that aspect and many more aspects, but this one was one that really stood out to me. And this is the best Punisher I've ever seen. And I'm not gonna lie, Punisher is not like my favorite character of all time. I'm not the biggest Punisher fan, but I do like him. And this is the best version of him I think we've ever seen at all. He's like I know a lot of people were worried with this being a PG-13 or whatever it is movie that they were gonna kind of wash him down a little bit, but they didn't. Like he does have his moments, but he is still like this is the guy from the Netflix show. This is the guy from Daredevil. This is the Punisher. This is John Bernthal's Punisher. They did not change anything. He's so good in this. And speaking of people who are good, man. Now I don't think this is a spoiler. I just don't want anyone to get their hopes up. He is not in this movie a ton. I know they're using him a lot for the promo. He is not in this movie a ton. But what you see of not just Hulk, but Savage Hulk, it is very much reminiscent of 2012 Avengers and Age of Ultron. Like, a lot of Age of Ultron, to be honest with you. But he does the thunderclap. I'm sure you've all seen that clip already. But he's the beast. He's not fucking Nerd Hulk. He's not auto-tuned Hulk from Thor Ragnarok. Like this is the Incredible Hulk. This is, like I said, Avengers. This is Age of Ultron. It's pushing '08 Hulk. Like this is really good Hulk, and I'm glad they did him right because it's something we've needed for a while. I'm hoping to see him in some future movies we got coming up, but we'll have to talk about that later. Next thing I want to talk about, Sadie Sink, man. She's damn good. I see why she is in the role she is, which I won't say because it's spoiler free. I know some of you may have seen Steve Lacy say a thing or two, but she's very good in this movie. She makes you feel every emotion she's conveying, you feel it. Whether it be joy, sadness, whatever. Specifically the scene that these two pictures are from, she is just amazing. And I'm glad they got her in this movie. She's gonna fit very well in this universe going forward. I'm glad she's here. Next thing, Peter and MJ's chemistry is like it's at an all-time high, and it's crazy because they don't know each other anymore. But I think it obviously just boils down to Zendaya and Tom, really being together now, and aren't they just so perfect for each other? But like they're so good in this movie. I'm trying not to spoil anything. They're very good, very good. They play off each other very well. But my final thoughts and message of the spoiler-free part is, No Way Home was my favorite movie of all time. Not just Spider-Man movie, but my favorite movie of all time because it felt like an homage to every Spider-Man movie we had seen up until then. It felt like an homage to Tobey, Andrew, and Tom, and it was beautiful in that way. And we all loved it because these are the movies we grew up with, the actors, all of that. But this movie, Brand New Day, is an homage to Spider-Man. Not the three movies or the three sets of movies. It's an homage to the character Spider-Man, the comic book character, the movie character, the video game character. The it is just the perfect representation of what this character is, who he is, why we love him, why we all want to be him. And there's so many, you're going to watch this movie and you're going to see what I'm talking about. I'll get it to it in a minute because, we're about to do spoilers, but just, you can see it in the trailers, the way the city embraces him, the way he handles himself in this movie, some of the decisions he makes. This is Spider-Man. This is Peter Parker. And like I said, this is by far the best representation of the character. I love this movie, man. If you're, for some reason on the fence of, if you go see it or not, go see this movie. I promise you, even if you don't love Spider-Man, you won't be let down. This is a great movie. I'll give a rating later after the spoilers, but I really love this movie. But here we are. We're getting to the spoilers, so if you have not seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, get the fuck out of here. This is the only warning I'm giving. I will be saying spoilers. Get the fuck out of here. But if you're still here, let's talk about it, man. Jean Grey is an evil bitch. I tell you what, man. She comes around at the end, but when she makes Peter believe that MJ has remembered him and they have that beautiful moment, I was literally the theater started clapping. I'm falling back in my seat oh my gosh, this is love has persevered, you know what I'm saying? She's fought through the spell and remembered. And then it just lingers on Tom a little too long and you start to feel suspicious. And she says something oh yeah, I remember you, Peter. And you start to realize, oh my gosh, this is Jean Grey. She was sinister. Very good villain, She ended up not really being the villain, but she, like I said earlier, Sadie Sink is so good in this movie. Big shout out to her. She killed it. Jean Grey, you're low-key fucking evil. But I mentioned earlier how the Punisher, this is his best representation. Yo, Punisher is fucking hilarious in this movie, man. There are so many moments, just the back and forth between him and Spider-Man. Amazing. Him and Tom Holland and Jon Bernthal's chemistry. I know they've known each other for a long time, but their chemistry is amazing. We need more movies with these two together. Not just Spider-Man Punisher, but Tom and John. But Punisher is like I said, he's hilarious, but not in a corny PG way like a lot of people thought he was gonna be. He maintains that rugged and cynical personality that we all love and associate with him. But he forms this oh my gosh, that bond that him and Peter have. You see it tested throughout the movie, and then you see it really become a great bond at the end when he thought he had killed Spider-Man. And he's sitting John's acting in that scene right there was fucking amazing. When he thought he had killed Peter, and he's sitting bedside, and he's Peter's trying to tell him it's okay, and he says it's a bunch of damn things, but it ain't okay. I am someone who's hated on Jon Bernthal's Punisher. I take it all back. He is the Punisher. He was so good in this movie. Loved that part. Now, a lot of references were shown in the trailer to the comics, and we were all losing our minds yo, that's Amazing Fantasy 15, that's this, that's that. There's so much more that isn't shown. Obviously you have all the comic panels they did, but they also did the Punisher carrying Spider-Man into the hospital. They kind of did Hulk remembering Spider-Man. That shit was beautiful. That's what I was saying earlier with the Age of Ultron. Because, Hulk sees the people he hurt, and that's when he leaves Earth or whatever. If I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while since I've seen that. But, he realizes who Spider-Man is, and then he sees his reflection, and he realizes he's the monster. That is so... Oh my gosh, they did the Hulk so well. I'm so happy about that. But, they also, oh yeah. Some other references that weren't comic references were, Peter, when he first gets the organic webbings, is it's like a mirror shot of, Toby when he does it in the first movie. And he's saying all this stupid shit go web go, you know what I'm saying? Or Tom Holland does that in this movie. And then someone asked him to remove the mask, and Tom's oh, no one seems to get the concept of the mask. Andrew said that, and I want to say the first movie when he's in the back seat of that car, and he's trying to get the car robber out. But yeah, just amazing. All the references, it's again, like I said earlier, the perfect homage to not just the movies like No Way Home was, but it's the character of Spider-Man. It is just the perfect embodiment of him, in my opinion. We gotta talk about the post-credit scene. I saw people, before I saw the movie, I just saw people on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is the worst post-credit scene of all time." I don't think it's the worst of all time. Is it like big and crazy? No, but its implications are pretty fucking awesome, man. If you somehow didn't pick up what they were putting down, Spider-Man is, I believe, to be on Battleworld at the time of the post-credit scene, so he will be in Secret Wars for sure. I don't know if that means he'll be in Doomsday. I think maybe like at the end of the movie they'll show him getting like transported to Battleworld or something, but Peter Parker is on Battleworld. We are getting it. Doom is going to make Battleworld and Doomsday. So people were hating on this post-credit scene. It got me pretty excited. You know, just the idea of Spider-Man and Doom, Battleworld being a thing. I thought it was pretty cool. But I've been glazing the movie this whole video. Let me just say the one negative I do have is, and it's not even a big negative, that's why I left it here at the end. It was a little more Jean Grey than I wanted. Because, at the end of the day, it's a Spider-Man movie. There was a little more Jean Grey than I would have preferred, but it's not like a huge detriment to the movie. It doesn't hurt the movie completely. Like, I still love the movie. That's my only negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel that bad about it. I just wanted to throw it in here because I don't want to be a, Hall of Fame glazer. But 5 stars for me, man. If you actually want to check out my Letterboxd, it's OVO John Wall. Go do that. But this is, like I said earlier, the best Spider-Man movie in my opinion. Destin Daniel Cretton, give him everything he wants to make the next one. To make a Hulk movie, to make a Punisher movie. This guy deserves the keys to Marvel right now. This is the best. It's the best iteration of the character, man, and it really made me happy watching that. I'm not a crier, but it had some tears jerking a couple times. But yeah, man, if you're thinking about going and seeing this movie, go do it. I promise you will not be let down. This is the best Spider-Man movie. This is my new favorite movie of all time. Let me know what you guys think, but like I said, I love this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.